I might just drop a whole lot of music, run the numbers up. I might just do it just to turn the summer up. Oh, man. I might just do it just to be your favorite rap. I might not do it though, cause that don't even matter. I might be independent to my last hour. I might just do it just so I can keep my mask. I might just do it just to keep my publishing. I might just keep on doing it cause I'm loving it. Might take the label check, come for dealership. Oh, man. For all the days that I was broke and couldn't afford a whip. Might do it just to thrill him like a Michael Jackson. Might do it just so I can kill him with the passion. If you from where I'm from and you lived in it, let me see your hands in the sky if you feeling it. And even if you not, don't get belligerent. I might have did it just to show you that we not that different. God forgive my enemies, but truthfully they don't know no better. I might do it just to bring the streets together. Okay? Do it, bring the people in the folk together. We've been killing long enough, let's try and eat together. Do it. I might run a check and buy a charter school. Do it. Change the name and turn it to my daughter's school. Do it. I might just do it so they can see it being wrong. I might just say it so they can hear it being told. You might want to post this to your timeline. Whole world tuned into it like it's prime time. I might just do it, feel like it's our time. Feel like I'm posted in the paint and I'm on LeBron time. I might do it cause I know that God got me. I might do it cause I know only God can stop me. I might do it cause I know my hood got me. I might do it. I might do it. I might do it cause the message heaven sent. I might put the mic and run for president. Put all my day one homies in my cabinet. For all the days that we ain't had none in our cabinets. I might do like Rose said and go and buy the block. I might pick my iPhone up and buy some Apple stock. And eat up all the rappers when their albums drop. I might do it. I might do it.
G.O.M. Put on for the squad. We go in. Do it for the God. If I go, then I'm going hard. Boy, you know me. Hard for the mob. Fit up and get up and go. Fill up to pick up the roll. You gon' get this word. Get lit up and hit up the show. Man, they already know who the realest, but they say it's too religious. Drake drop guy playing you were with it, now you looking too suspicious. I am blessed, never had luck, you a tad much superstitious. You ain't the man, bro, cause you pick a bag up, boy, what you doing with it? Stack up and you be coolin', man, get your handcuffs and you get through in prison. It's the last something you can have, somewhere you can pass up and you could do the dishes. Homie, I ain't never changed up. Been the same since day one. When I came in the game, ripping shade of renegade, still the same, ain't budge. Then a winner game, same love. They play dumb and ain't say much. You tell me who the gangster. Yeah.
Daddy, let me loose. They gotta move. Bishop with the burner, baby. I got the juice. They hating on my team, cause we the truth. Won't he do it? And we the proof. We gon' take them way, 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 way up. We gon' take them way, 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 way up. We gon' take them way, 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 way up. We gon' take them way, 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 way up.
Yeah. To the end. Praise the Lord in Jesus' name. Yeah. I'm on restriction, I endure much affliction. Remain patient. Wait upon the hand of the Lord so he can save me. But don't play, I go from Christ to King David. I humble myself before the Lord so he can raise me. At that appointed time, I give the word in due season. I be preaching, trying to tell them like I'm dropping dimes. I do this thing for the kingdom, ain't wasting time. I do it for the kingdom of heaven, so I ain't all aboard. Get ready for the Lord. I'm filled with the word. The word is a sword. The word gave me life, so it's no way I can ignore it. I got it all from Christ, but only fools will abhor it. Look, seek your heart with diligence, that's where I store it. If you down for forgiving your brother, I'm all for it. In my hood, man, we killing each other like we at war. We share the same struggle, but we all think apart. We need to come together for better. That's a start. Great minds think alike. I'm trying to build Noah's Ark. Lord, please grant us peace. Grant us peace in our heart. I'm tired of seeing red tees, red seas. I'm trying to part, man. I'm tired of seeing red tees, red seas. I'm trying to part, man. Praise the Lord. Look. Don't think about it too much. You gotta have some faith now. You know they say an idle mind is the devil playground. I had to learn over time, watch who you stay around. If you ain't got the like mind, they don't even play around. But say fam, it's obvious we'll never be perfect. You can only strive for it. You know that it's worth it. If you ain't willing to die for it, then really it's worthless. I gave my heart out to the world, but came to God cause they hurt me, desert me. I write prayers for my brothers out here doing time. And for the ones that won't change, but they ain't got a dime. Hold your head, stack your bread, put your faith in God. I know some brothers stressing through depression, thinking suicide. Yeah, they contemplating, cause they ain't choose this life. But seek your heart with diligence, that's where issues of life spring from. And when spring come, that's when it's Passover. So I'ma eat unleavened bread and keep my mind sober. I keep my brothers closer, we on the same mission. So when I need to speak to God, I know who gon' petition. See, everybody wanna talk, but don't nobody listen. 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so you can pay attention. I used to face suspension in school, thinking it's cool to be rude, but I was learning how to be a menace to society. The devil try me, but I can't let him defeat me. My life will be on repeat. Reprobated mind, I used to do the things that I see. The spirit is willing, but I feel like the flesh done got weak. It's a wonderful feeling to know that the Lord is by me. When I ask for forgiveness, I have faith that he forgive me. Look, sorrow is better than laughter, so the heart of the wise comfort those who go through things that never have an answer. I know it's hard to fathom all the things that we go through. The pain in it so true, but God have all the answers. Yeah. Rest in peace to my son, man. Malachi Earl Cruz. Forever be in our hearts.
You're now entering.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Peace and blessings to the family out there, man. I pray that y'all enduring, right, all these trials and tribulation that the Most High is putting us through to correct us, to help us to do, valiantly at the end, man, to have us with enough heart and courage to go through all the coming destructions. All right, may peace be upon you and your family.
Khan. Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to the children out there, right? Children of the Most High, Abba Yahweh, right? We come with a live exhortation of Matthew 5. Hopefully get y'all built up in the spirit, keep y'all steadfast and enduring these times that we're living in and these last days, and everything in between. Shalom, shalom.
Okay. So I was going to start at verse 1.
Yeah, I was reading it. That's why I was down there. All praises. So Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. It's Matthew 5 and 1. It reads, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
So blessed is the poor in spirit, because theirs are the kingdom of heaven, right? When we go to Revelations 2 and 9, right? If you want to go there right quick, it tells us, man, that the well, we're gonna read it first.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou
See,
art
it tells
rich.
us, it tells us, right? I know your poverty, but you're rich, right? Because those that are poor in spirit is actually rich, man. Those that are downtrodden, those that are hurting, right? Those people that are going through something that they can't necessarily get out of for Hamashiach Yahushua, for Christ, right? Those people are rich in spirit, right? And they're the ones that's going to inherit the kingdom. So we could
Con,
go
con,
back to Matthew King. Let's see. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 3 again. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Verse 4. Blessed are
Mm-hmm.
they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Mm.
Con, I got something on that real fast. Let's get that in Isaiah
Kind I
chapter
do too.
61. I think I spelled it wrong. Hold on. Yeah, it's lucky. Isaiah 61. Or Isaiah 61 and 1. The spirit of Yahweh is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening to the prison to them that are bound. Right? So there's a time coming where there's going to be no more brokenheartedness, man. Right? Good tidings means good news. And we've been waiting for good news all this time, but all you got to do is stay meek, right? Stay humble in the spirit. Understand that these times that we're living in today is going to come to pass, right? We have to go from the evening unto the morning. Evening is a time of darkness, and into the morning is a time of enlightenment, man, right? Which is the kingdom, right? Verse 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And who's the one that are mourning? To point unto them that mourn in Zion. You see that? So that's one I wanted to bring that out
See,
real
I'm telling
fast.
you. Kind of Jeremiah 14 and 2.
God.
Kind because we see that who's mourning, right? Zion, man, Jerusalem, Judah, right? Judea. We the ones that's mourning. All right, go ahead.
God. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse number 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
So Jerusalem was overtaken, right, by a prophecy that the Most High said was going to come to pass if they didn't sell themselves unto Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, right? The Most High told us, right, tell the people, right? He told Jeremiah, tell the people, man, just go into captivity under the Babylonians, because if not, I'm gonna smite them with the sword, plagues, and famine, right? And sure enough, right, you had certain people that was preaching peace, 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 nothing's gonna happen. And what happened? Jerusalem mourning because the people didn't listen and they came into the land and burnt everything down to the ground, right? And took all the people. So this is why we have to listen, right? And also this is why we're doing this video right now, man, to keep people going in the spirit. Because just like we was freed out of the captivity of the Babylonians, we're about to get freed out of the captivity of these modern day Babylonians, the
That's right.
Esau, man, the Caucasians. Right.
That's
So,
right.
like I said, man, Judah is the one that's mourning. We're mourning, right? But at the end of the day, as long as we keep it up, as we're reading in Matthew, right, it says, blessed are this, and blessed are this, and blessed are that, right? So these things that it's talking about, we're blessed in, that's the things that we need to hold near and dear, right? Not stuff, not possessions, right? Not wives, not multitudes of children, right? The thing that we need to hold near and dear to us is all these things that they're saying that we're blessed from doing or circuming, right? Or overcoming, right? These different things that we need to do in Matthew chapter 5. By you.
Calm. That's a great point. And I also want to bring something out as well here in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 1. Right? Deuteronomy 28 and 1 says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth." So when we read Deuteronomy 28 and 1, and it gives you the list of blessings from verse 2 all the way to verse 14, it's not just limited to these blessings, right? It's also included the blessings that Yahweh Shai is telling us in Matthew chapter 5, you know, and to do all his commandments. One of the commandments, right, in order to do is to endure unto the end, and the same shall be saved. Endure these trials and tribulations, right? Endure the persecutions, endure everything, and we will receive the blessings not only in Deuteronomy 28:1 on down, but also in Matthew chapter 5. Just like Yahweh Shai said in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13, right? We have to endure these times in order to receive these blessings. And I yield on that. Going back.
Man, that's good. That's good. Matthew 5.
Matthew 5 and verse number 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Man.
So it says, blessed are the meek, for you, right, should inherit the earth, man. It's hard to get out of ego. It's hard to get out of pride, especially when you have a pride-driven and ego-driven society, right? You don't have people that love to be meek anymore or humble, right? And us being babies in this truth, it's something that some a sheep after having to be a wolf, right, or a lion for so long, and to go into shedding that old lion and then putting on the sheep is a hard thing to do, and you still got to bring out that lion at certain times. But that's why the scriptures also tell you everything is weighed in a balance, right? You have to know when to put on certain attributes or characters, or however you said characters, or it's really characters or something like that. But nevertheless, we have to learn how to be more sheep-like, man, because that's who he's come and save. He's come and save the meek, man. He's come and save the sheep, right? I have not come but to save the lost sheep of the children of Israel. And that is a hard practice that we now have to do, man, is learn how to be meek. Right. And I have a precept for that. But if you got something, go ahead.
Go ahead. You can finish it and then yield. I do got something, but go ahead, King.
So let's go to Psalms 119. No, matter of fact, let's go to Psalms 147. 149, Salakia, and verse 4.
Psalms chapter 149 and verse number 4, it reads, "For Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation." Can't read on?
That he's going to make us beautiful or beautified. I mean, comely to look upon. Am I on mute?
No, you're cutting out. We're like really.
Can you hear me, King?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but you're like your screen's freezing up and your voice is chopping forward. Yeah, connection.
Cause probably because of my Wi-Fi is kind of far away. Is it better now?
Yeah, slightly bit. I can hear you now.
I got something. Hold on.
Right, so I want to land on that point, right? So Yahweh, right, he's going to take pleasure in his people. He's only taking pleasure in his people who are meek, right? And to beautify the meek with salvation is something that our people need to strive for, right? But you have to be meek in order to receive such blessings, right? To receive such a salvation, Go ahead, King. You back?
You hit directly on the point. Is that better?
Yeah. Go ahead, King.
Kyle, now you hit directly on the point. We could move to your point.
Okay, con. Right. So I just want to bring out a point Captain Gabawar just brought out, right? It says our people don't like to let's go back to Matthew 5, right? Our people don't like to be meek anymore, you know? Our people just want to do what they want to do and how they feel, you know? They want to justify their own selves in their own ways. When the Most High says we got to be meek, you know, and to be meek is a characteristic that is it's embedded in a lot of our people, but sometimes that same type of feeling is always pushed down through what? Through affliction, you know, depression, you know, trials and tribulations that our people face. They push that humbleness and that meekness down like they once had when they was young children. They grow up in this world and they go astray. You know, they follow the paths of darkness and they bury that meekness that's embedded in them. A lot of us go through that, you know, so we got to bring that meekness back out. We got to bring that humbleness back out and expound that same meekness and humbleness to our people so that way they may receive it, so they can go and dig that meekness that's embedded deep down within them out as well. You know, I got two precepts, right? Titus 3. Titus chapter 3, verse 2. It says, to speak evil of no man. Let me start at 1. Right? Titus 3:1. Put them in mind to be subject to principalities and powers, to obey magistrates, to be ready to every good work. Right? Principalities is chiefly things, powerful things, and our power is the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? To obey these magistrates. Let's go into that word magistrates real fast. Right? Magistrates. Magistrates means to obey, right? A ruler or a superior. And the superior that we follow, the ruler that we follow, our king is Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Yahweh Shai, you know, the Father and the Son. So we have to obey these teachings and these lessons that they're telling us to do to receive salvation, which is to operate in meekness and humbleness amongst our people and within ourselves, you know. Verse 2, to speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness unto all men. Right? Verse 3, for we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving diverse lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. So verse 3 is letting you know the things that take you out of the spirit of operating in meekness, you know, and we have to throw all of that away and start operating in that humble spirit, that meek spirit, in order to receive the kingdom, in order to do a justice to the spirits of our brothers and our sisters out there, you know. And I got one more, and I'm gonna yield.
And a lot of that too, man, it goes with you know, preferring or esteeming one above yourself, man. You know, it comes with a heavy, you know, weight of humility, man. You know, being more giving, right, than a receiver.
Mm-hmm. Con, that's right. I'm gonna
Cause
start at
hold on, right
go ahead,
quick,
King.
because one thing about sheep, right? Sheep hair it grows like every 6 months or 8 months to where you got to shave it off and get you a new batch of wool, right? And so the a sheep is constantly given to you before you take from it, right? Before it's given to you more than you give to it, and then you get the meat, and it's like that's a double portion, right, on top of what you just earned from the wool, right? Because if you have a 5-year-old sheep, you done got pounds and pounds of wool over the years, you know what I mean? And then you finally eat it. So a sheep is always given, and it doesn't worry about receiving, right? Because it already has what it needs from the Most High. So just remember that too as well. That it's y'all brothers and sisters out there, that it's beautiful to be meek and of service, right? Being a servant is a beautiful thing. And I'm gonna kind of touch on that a little bit too, because that's something that Joseph did. You know, he ended up being a servant, well, a servant unto Pharaoh, right? and then his brothers ended up becoming servants unto him, right? And even his dad, right? And it's not that they became servants, but that was a part of them humbling themselves. As you read in Genesis, right, chapter 42, you see thy servants, right? And this is his brothers talking to him, and us as being Israelites, man, we need to take heed of our ancestors and our ancient fathers, like Issachar, Naphtali, Gad, Dan, Ephraim, Manasseh. We need to take heed to how they operated as well, right? So we could get back to our old ways and be in our old self, So of service is one of the highest being of service is one of the highest forms of meekness. Are you?
That's right. That's right. That's right. And the Levitical priests, man, they operated in the spirit of weakness, meekness, salakia, meekness, humbleness, 24/8, man. Right?
Man,
Because
for real.
they represent the most high to the people, and they represent the people to the most high, you
Man.
know? So that's something we gotta put in our minds of remembrance of the ancients of old, right? Just like Ecclesiasticus Sirach chapter 39 talks about, seek out the wisdom of the ancients. See how they operated. What did our forefathers and our foremothers do? How did they operate in the spirit of meekness and apply that to our lives today, right? But people who don't operate in the spirit of meekness, they're going to have a sense of evil doing that they do in their life, whether it's major evil or whether it's something of small evil, right? Just like breaking the Shabbat, that's an evil work, just like it says in Nehemiah, and all of these
Mm-hmm.
things that's contrary to how the Most High wants us to operate. It's an evil thing in the sight of the Most High, right? Contrary to him, right? So Psalms 37, I'll start at 9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth, right? And if you're operating in
Man.
meekness and humbleness, you're in the spirit of waiting for Yahweh. You're in the spirit of waiting for something good to come. You're being humble about it. You're being patient about it. You're having charity. You're having endurance, and all of these things that stem off of the branch of being meek. All right, verse 10. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the
Mm.
meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Right? So when you're being meek and you're humble amongst brethren, amongst the sisters, right? It's a feeling of peace. The spirit of peace is around. No malice, no evil eye towards one another. Everybody's in that same humble and meek spirit. It's going to be a peaceful thing, and this is what we want to achieve in the kingdom, man, to bring the earth to peace, just like it says in Psalms chapter 29 verse 2. And with that I yield.
Beautiful, beautiful point. And in that precept, it also reminded me something in that last one. I believe it was 11.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you look at a sheep and when they're doing their own thing, right, in the field, it's crazy because the sheep is really it's really meek, it's really humble, and all it's doing, bro, is waiting on you to do something to it. Like for real, it just be chilling, doing its own thing, eating the grass, and if the grass is abundant, right, like it says in there, you just constantly eating and then you just chilling until somebody come cut your fur, and then
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
chill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
they just chill some more, and then somebody come through, and then they finally take you and say, "Okay, well, it's time to eat you, little buddy." And then you go ahead and pray to the Most High, the water for this right here. Boom, slay the animal. Bam, man. But it's always just doing his own thing, bro. Like, and that's that level of meekness, man. To not be so quick, right? To jump at somebody, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
at work, you have certain people that get on your nerves and they irritate you, right? And they say something and it's triggering, but you got to just be like, I'm going to take that one, I'm going to let that roll off. Because when we read down in Matthew 5, right, it talks about blessed are those that are persecuted for my name's sake, right? If we're walking and living like a Mashiach Yahushua, if we're walking and living like Christ, we're going to be persecuted. People are going to hate us. People are going to try to get us to go out of our character. But when we stay in character and stay as a sheep, they see the abundance of light that's in us,
Mm-hmm.
man. Right. And really we should have named this video wisdom with Matthew chapter 5, because I feel like it's just nothing but like wisdom pouring out right now. But I yield.
God, and that's a great point that you made about the sheep, man. It's not like Esau's slaughterhouses, man. You go in there, there's 100 cows, 100 sheep getting ready to get put to death, right? And all of them is crying, man. Right? You got videos of them showing all animals have feelings too. Yeah, they do have feelings, man. They got them all in the slaughterhouse, dirty, filthy, no love, no peace on them, and they all tearing up and they all fearing. I seen the videos of cows in the slaughterhouse shaking in their legs, man. Right? But that's not how us Israelites are gonna handle that, man. We're gonna have them in a peaceful state, right? We're gonna have these animals in a peaceful abundance, man. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about being meek towards one another, but also being meek and humble towards the things that the Most High gave us here on this earth, man. That's just something that's embedded in us to be, right? We're of the light side, not the night, not the darkness, man. Right. So this is why we do need to have authority over the earth, man, to bring the earth to peace. And I brought that out already. Again, let me just bring that out. Well, I paraphrased that.
I want to
twice.
I want to say something about what you just said too, right quick, because you Tawab, right? We was at the laundromat and we was pulling out to go to Food for Less right quick, and Tawab was like, "Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? I feel like we really could rule the earth, man." It was like I just feel like we're like, just from what we going through right now and the conversation that we've been having, I think that we should run the earth. And I said, God, I agree, though. But it's funny that you just said that. Go ahead.
Con. That's not is that no, so like it's Proverbs. Yeah, it's because we understand. We understand it, man. Like it's a beautiful thing, right? Proverbs 29 and verse number 2, right? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Why? Because the people are going to be brought to the light. We're going to teach them our laws. We're going to teach them how to operate, right? And everything Esau got his hand on, man, everybody going through it. So we need to be propped up in our righteous hierarchy, right? To bring the whole earth into rejoicing, man, and to peace and meekness and humbleness. But when the wicked, which we see now today, beareth rule, right? These kings of the earth, what happens? The people mourn, right? And this is what we see. So it is a righteous thing. So to operate in meekness and humbleness is a righteous thing. But we have to get in authority. And once we're in that position of power, then the people are going to rejoice. Everyone's going to be operating in meekness and humbleness amongst our tribes, man, our fellow people, and those who want to follow that light that we give to the earth. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
You know what's cool too about that, and we could go back to Matthew. What's cool about what you just said and what you just brought out is when we rule the earth, we have laws put in place to where there won't be any poor. Nobody wouldn't be hurting, not even the other nations, right? We will have the other nations set, you know what I mean? Like we don't eat cows, right? And I mean we don't eat pigs and different animals, right? And neither will they in the kingdom. But let's say we was ruling right now, bro, we would give people the abundance. Oh, you only got 3 sheep, but you need 20, so you can mate them and grow and feed your little tribes and your children. Go ahead. We're gonna give you 20. There you go. Send him 20 because he needs it. You know what I mean? But when the wicked rule, they're like, how many people we could have living in poverty to have them subjected unto us, right? They took things out of history and used it against us. If we have them lack, right, they're always gonna lean on us, right? Mm-hmm. That's how they do their thing, right? When we rule, we're gonna have them leaning on us because of our power structure, right? Just because we're powerful and they know they can't beat us in anything when it comes to thinking, right? Monetization, cropping, livestock. We're gonna be outdoing them in everything because this is in our nature to be husbandmen, right? And we're a husband to a whole bunch of different things, even the earth itself, right? We're a husband to Mother Earth, man. We know how to till the ground. Green thumb, we got green bodies. You feel what I'm saying? Like we really know how to make stuff abound. You feel what I'm saying? And so much so that we will have enough to give away. That's the reason why we have a year of jubilees, right? We have a 7 year Sabbath, right? We have you know this thing where we leave fruit on the trees for the people to come through and pick them. And when you come through and pick a fruit, all fruit's supposed to have seeds. You have 20 seeds, and you can plant your own tree and eat off of them in the next 3 years. After 3 years, you get to eat off of your trees. See, for the first 3 years, this is good about our laws, man. The first 3 years, the tree, you just got to constantly let the fruit fall off. You're not even supposed to eat that. But on the third year, that's when you finally start getting your real increase and your fruit is flavorful and this, that, and the third. And like I said, if it was us ruling this earth, man, that's how we would operate it. So everybody would abound. Everybody would have abundance. Everybody would be at peace because there would be no poverty. Poverty would be out the window. You understand?
That's right. That's right. And you made a strong point. I want to touch on real quick. You said that they take from us and they cause us to lean on them, right? Because they take, and we're basically forced and put into a position where we have to come to them because we ain't got nothing, but we need something, right? I've been watching The Walking Dead, right? And
All praises.
this man named Egan, and he said something. He said, if you hurt one of them, right, they will all fall in line, right? And I was just like, but Rick, on the other hand, Rick is like, nah, just let everybody live in peace, and everybody will get what they put out. You know what I'm saying? Basically, so like you hurt one of them, kill one of him, and they all gonna fall in line, man. We don't want to do that. That's not the spirit of meekness. That's the spirit of evil doing. Right, but Rick comes in like, no, I'm gonna take that away. We all we're gonna be on one accord. You plant whatever you gonna plant in your little sanctuary and this sanctuary over here, and we all just gonna live in this damn this world that we in abundance. Not just give everything we have to one person and let him rule over it in wickedness, man. I was just thinking about that, like, yeah, that's powerful. So yeah, it is a good thing that we do have to operate in meek and the righteous, right? We aim for righteousness, so we shall be the ones most high willing to operate the earth and to bring it into righteous subjection. Right.
Right. And one cool thing about Negan too, you could see his transformation, when later
hold
on.
Hold on. I'm not there yet.
It's locked. It's good, dog. I'm glad you started watching it.
I'm on season 9, man. Season 9.
So you got 10 more to go.
10? I thought it stops at 11.
No, it stops at 19.
Oh man, that's crazy, man.
And they just came out with season 20, or they about to come out with season 20, and I can't tell you the rest of that.
Yeah, okay. We're going. All right, let's go.
We're gonna get it in.
Hey, shalom to Wab Rakab. Peace and blessings to you, my beautiful beloved brother, right? And peace and blessings to the viewers that are in the live right now. Big shalom and peace and blessings to you as well.
Right? Shalom, family. Shalom to Wab.
Verse 6, right? Matthew 5:6. It says, "Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled." Man.
It says, if you thirst and hunger after it, I'll fill you up. But if you cool with starving a little bit, I ain't gonna give you nothing. That's why the Lord said, "What? Seek me, and I shall be found." Right. So He telling us, man, it takes us thirsting and hungering after wisdom and understanding, bread and water, right, for us to actually receive it to the full. Right. So when we feel like we lacking, right, that's when we need to actually be thirsting and being hungry, right, for the knowledge of the script. Because it says what? It says, blessed are they. I'm telling y'all, these blessings are beautiful. And the only way for us to get it is by listening to the stipulation, right, which is meekness. right? Then he says what? He says poor in spirit, those that are broken down, right? Then it says those that's mourning, right? Then it says what? The meek, right? And then it says what? The hungry and the thirsty, right? That thirst after the
Mm-hmm.
righteousness. These people, man, are the ones that's gonna be blessed and inherit the kingdom, right? And that's us, man. A lot of us, man, and other people that see wherever you're lacking at. I expect everybody, man, to do like one of my t-shirts say, and examine yourself daily, man, of what you could have did better, right? What you did right, what you could have did better, because at the end of the day, that's how we're gonna be blessed, right? But go ahead, Q.
God, God, and another thing on that, right? Your hunger and your thirst, right? When we're cast out into the wilderness, when we're cast out into the world, and we feel like the Most High has forsaken us, right? We're trodden down, we're going through affliction, trials, tribulations, and we're out there just looking for a mirage, man. But it's just a mirage because we're looking all in the wrong places, except for the places the Most High has already showed us, right? That
Man,
manna, that bread that He filled us with in the wilderness, right? That water that He gave through Moses hitting that rock, man. Right? There's always going to be bread. There's always going to be water for us to drink. Period. Right? That goes
mm.
without saying. But the hunger, the bread that we need, and the water that we need is found in this book. And a lot of our people are dry bones because they don't want to seek this true bread and this true water. Right? So let me show you something in Amos, right?
Hey, you know what's cool too on that exact same part? Like we drink, let's say we drink water or some type of liquid every 30 minutes, right? About
Mm-hmm.
every 30 minutes. And that's being nice, right? And we eat every 3 hours at least, right? So the same way that we thirst after something to drink, and Shalom sister, it's good to see you in the trap, right? when we um when we drink and when we eat, right, which is drinking every 30 minutes being nice, right, and every 3 hours being nice, we should be reading the book, right, just like that, or maybe even more. Like it shouldn't go 3 hours and you like haven't listened to a precept or read a
Mm-hmm.
precept, you know, or
Uh,
listened to a video, you know what I mean? Because you always need, you like, you're hungry, man, you know what I mean? Or you should be thinking about a precept or thinking on a precept every 30 minutes, you know? Like,
mm-hmm.
and it's just, it could even be just like not even thinking about the precept, just doing it, right? Doing a precept, doing a commandment, right? Oh, my brother just offended me. He don't know that he's an Israelite. I'ma forgive him. Boom. That's a
Mm-hmm.
precept. That's you living it. That's every 30 minutes you being a success, right? You're making your life successful.
God, your brother offended you. Hold on. Let me take a drink of this spiritual precept water real quick. Put it in your spirit now. Now you quench that thirst, man. You know what I'm saying?
That
Now you
thirst, man.
right. You know that's beautiful. But yeah, the hunger, the bread is what we need to be eating. The thirst, the thing we need to be drinking is mostly after righteousness, right? After righteousness, we have to hunger and thirst after righteousness, and we shall be filled, right? Just like I was saying, right? We're in this wilderness, right? We're spiritually dead. We're spiritually malnutrition, however you say that word, right?
That was
My
right,
rib
malnutrition.
malnutrition, right? My rib tell me before she met me, she said I was famished looking. I was famished. So she over here feeding me and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So we shall be filled. But what the point I'm trying to make is, even though we're in this spiritual wilderness and we're in the valley of dry bones, we need to seek that bread, we need to seek that water. It's just like this here. Let me get that in Amos 5. Right, Amos 5 and 22, I believe. No. Oh, right here, right here.
All right.
Amos 5 and 24 says, "But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream." So we're in this spiritual wilderness. We need to run to that river, that stream of water that is righteousness. right? We need to go in there, get on your knees, and man, I've been thirsty. You know, that's what we need to be drinking, that mighty stream of righteousness. But not only that, we need to find that stream of righteousness. You can't just be cast out in the desert in this spiritual wilderness that we're living in, and you look everywhere to and fro, and there's no side of water around. You see that stream of water over there? You take yourself to that water, because if you're not going to that mighty stream of righteousness, you're going to remain in the valley of dry bones, man. Right? That's the water. Right? And now let me get the bread real fast. And John,
and I want to touch on one thing on that too. When it says, "But let judgment run down as waters," right? When you're judged, you're corrected, right? So it's saying, "Let correction run down like water." So we can't negate that we have to be judged to get the overflow of righteousness, right? A lot of times, man, people see judgment and they flee away from it. Right, but being judged, right, is being corrected, and from being corrected and being judged, you get a stream of water, right? From you getting shot, right? From you getting stabbed, from you being homeless, from you being tossed out by your mom while it's 20 below in the winter time, right? By you going to prison, by you coming out of jail, right? Going back in and coming back out, by you taking a stealing something from out of Walmart and you go and get incarcerated. All these different things that you get judged on that helps you correct your behavior from the judgment. And you correcting your behavior gets you to the stream of righteousness as well, because you're going to go into the instruction manual and figure out what the hell am I doing wrong so I could get less judgment, right? So I just wanted to bring that out too about the judgment piece.
And on that, you got to let this correction rain down, right? Run down as waters. And you have to let these corrections compile themselves together to create a stream. So you can always go and drink of that water and always fill your bowels with righteousness, man. Right? You've been corrected so long. You collected it in a basin, right? 5 miles long. Now you will always have that mighty stream always there, because you let that correction or that judgment run down so much, right?
Man, that's good. That's good. That's good. Beautiful through the spirit, man. Beautiful. That's good right there. Yeah. And then you can always go grab from that, because you can always get a little cup. Yeah. You can always go get a little cup, you know what I mean, to remind you, what, I did made it through that. You know what I mean? I did went through that. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. You always go get your little cut. That's a good one, King. Somebody need to write that in the next book of the prophets, man. Next book of the prophets. Go ahead, jot that one down. That's good.
That's why I said in my song, after Revelation, scribes will write a new page.
Y'all go take that and write that down, man. In the book of Khalil. Right? In the book of Khalil, write that one down.
But that's the water that we need, right? For righteousness. We need to drink of that water. Now, let me get the bread real fast, and then we can move forward, right? In John 6 was always going.
We're going to get off of here about like 1:20. So y'all got 30 more minutes to stick with us, man. We're going to try to get some good exhortation, man, and slight correction, so that way we could get this stream of water going.
John 6 and I'll start at verse 33. For the bread of Yahweh is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth life unto the world. Then said they unto him, Adawam, evermore give us this bread. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. Right? So that same manna that was rained down in the wilderness when we came out of Egypt, right? Yahweh Shai is likened unto that same bread, right? He's likened unto that same manna to come down and to fill us up, right? But that manna in the wilderness, we were still hungry, right? That was on a physical level. Yahweh Shai coming is going to give us that true bread, that true wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and to make it to the kingdom to the point where we'll never hunger. Even to this day, when we eat this bread of life, known as the scriptures, right? We're never hunger. We're always full. We're always not starving. You know, even when we have these precepts planted in our mind, just like we drink that same cup. Oh man, that brother offended me. Hold on, let me drink this cup. Okay, and remember the precepts, right? It's the same way with the bread. Let me fill myself up today. Okay, let me meditate on some scriptures in my mind. Let me operate in the spirit of meekness and humbleness, because that's what the scriptures, that's what the bread told me to do. Let me take a bite of that bread, drink some of that water, right? That's in a spiritual sense. That way we will never hunger, you know. But our people, like I said, they're in the valley of dry bones. Their skin is sticking to their rib cage. They walk in skeletons because they don't have that bread and they do not have that water in the spirit, what they need to fill themselves up, right? And with that, I yield.
That's beautiful too, man, because you made me think also with you know, with water, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes for water to digest, right? To actually go to where it needs to go, right? And then for food, it takes about 2.5 3 hours for it to digest. So when you're reading these scriptures and you get a plate full, right, you're able to meditate on them things for, you know, 2.5 3 hours. You're able to live this thing out for 2.5 3 hours, and then you're depleted again. Right now you're depleted. You need some more work to do, right? You need some more food to eat, so that way you could digest a little bit more, right? 10 precepts every 10 verses every 2 to 3 hours, man, is a balanced diet. You feel what I'm saying? That'll help you out a little bit, you know, because now you have something to live on for the next 2.5 3 hours, right? But I like the way you put that out, because you need that bread, and bread takes about 2 hours to digest, 2.5, right?
That's right. That's right.
So
I gotta
do me a favor,
go
give
ahead,
me
King.
John 17:17 whenever you can.
Got you. This is John chapter 17 and verse number 17.
Ooh. Hold on, bro did a I think this a brother, right? Um
Yeah,
did a
that's a brother.
mighty
That's a brother.
God, he said a mighty statement right quick though. He said you might as well be on the live too, King. Right? He said, and when you are spiritually famished or depleted, right, you're easy picking for the enemy to devour you, man. When you're hungry, you can't really run as far as you thought you could, right? Or you catch a cramp on your way, right? So the enemy able to get you, man, when you spiritually famished, man. I like that. I like that.
And not only that, you're also become dependent on the enemy for him to devour you in that way as well. You know, you're forced.
Yeah.
You think you're forced, but you go to the, okay. Can I have some bread and some water? Thank you, Massa. No, it ain't no damn thank you, Massa, man. We have a true Massa, which is Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a good point on top of his point right there. That's beautiful. That's beautiful right there. All praises, all praises.
God, that he made a hell of a statement, man. Go ahead.
God, John 17 and 17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
So the word, we know the word is water, right? And we know the word is truth, right? Because Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26 tells us, cleanse me with the washing of water of the water by the word, right? So we got to get this water in us, which is the truth or understanding, right? And then we need to apply it, right? And when we apply the true knowledge of the Bible, it turns into wine, it turns into wisdom, right? And then we're able to pour out into other people and get them drunk off the right doctrine, right? Rather than the wrong doctrine, like the brother was going into. Then you got to go into the enemy to try to get you filled. So now, because I do this, watch, I watch videos on, I'm trying to figure out how to be financially literate, right? So I watch videos on that. That's me going to the enemy and trying to figure out how to dwell in his society. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm depleted right here, right? So I go search to figure out how to not to be depleted right here, and I have to go to the enemy, right? But the Bible tells us how to manage these things as well, right? It says prudence, a prudent man, right? I forget how I said, but it's something like the prudent man, he'll overcome at the end, right? Because he's gonna set things to the side for a rainy day, right? But I just wanted to say, like how you were saying, when we depleted in areas, we go to where we could get replenished, right? And our go-to for replenishment, right, should be Yahweh and His Word, right? Under the right interpretation and the right guidelines. Like sometimes you need to read the NLT, sometimes you need to read the NIV, right? Sometimes you need to read the GNT, right? Just so you can have that food for thought, right, from the Most High. But like I said, you was right, because I was depleted in trying to figure out finances, so I went to study finances. I was depleted in a trade, so I went and got a trade, right? And but when it comes to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, when we're depleted, we need to go to the Most High and Yahushua. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Con. Beautiful, beautiful. That's all you wanted on John?
Yeah.
Okay, con. And one more point I want to bring out in what we just read here, right? 5 and 6, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled, right? So a necessary life force that we need here on the earth, right, to live and to grow of age is actual food. Is literal food, right? You need to eat and you need to drink, or you're gonna die, right? On a carnal level, right? But how much more in the spiritual level do we need this? So if food and water on a carnal level is a necessity, which we can
Hey,
also deem as a treasure, right?
you need
I would say it'll be a treasure,
my bad,
because we
Salaki.
have to store these things. We store these things for our well-being, our benefit. So let me pull something up in I think it's Matthew 6. One second. Matthew 6. Let me scroll down. Yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, if food and water is a necessity, something that we need on this earth, we're gonna treasure these things, right? All the days of our lives, from the time we're infants to the time we grow of old age, we need food and water on a carnal level. So what do? We treasure these things. We put them in storehouses. And we keep it safe, which will be your refrigerator, your cabinets, in your room, under your bed, a bag of chips or something, right? We treasure and we store literal food and literal water because we need this thing. So we basically treasure these items on a carnal level. So watch this, right? Matthew 6 and 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Mm-hmm.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So I could leave my window open today and somebody come in and steal all my bread, all my steak, all my water, that's on a carnal level. But if you stack your bread in heaven, which is that spiritual bread and that spiritual water in heaven, these things cannot be taken away. These things cannot be stolen, right? The words of the Most High, the scriptures of the Most High is always going to be planted and stored in our mind, also in the heavens, right? Because that's where our mind is, right? Your heart is your mind. You get where I'm going? But now watch this. Here's the kicker. Job 23, right? In verse number Job 23 and right here, 12. It says, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. You see that? So to hell with that bread, to hell with that water, I can get it again. The Most High always provides for us to eat every day of our lives, but I treasure the commandment of the Most High's lips more than damn food I had in my cabinet, man. To hell with that damn bag of chips that they stole. To hell with that steak they took, man. My jugs of water, right? They cannot take that food away that I have stored in heaven. You see that?
Con,
And I yield with that.
Con, I was gonna make a statement, but I forgot now. But beautiful too, man, because mold grows on food, right? That's why they have so many preservatives in food right now that to preserve shelf life, right? Because like the brother was going into, moth is a type of bug, right? But it's also a type of fungi that makes things deplete, right? It makes things to disintegrate, right? Or like fungi as in mold, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mold is a type of moth, right? Where it's gonna destroy your clothing over time. So the same way, man, that's what happens on earth. In heaven, we don't have to worry about that. So the treasures that we're stacking, right? We'll never have to worry about anything taking it away from us, anybody taking it away from us. Right. But I want to do something right quick. I'm gonna go in Matthew chapter 5. I'm gonna start back up at 3, right? Because I want to just read it down right quick. So it says, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled, right? And that's the rant that we just went on right now, man, where it's going to take you to be thirsty and hungry after righteousness, after the words of the Most High, and put them into practice in your life, right? For you to get the kingdom of the Most High, right? Because through our works, right, we yield fruit that's going to bear seed. So we need to make sure that our works are filled with the knowledge of the Most High, right? That comes with keeping the commandments, being of service, right? Preferring one another above ourselves, esteeming one another before ourselves, right? Making the unnatural sacrifices that most people don't make, right? To make sure that statues are being kept, which is feast days, right? There's many things that keep us full from hungering and thirsting after the knowledge and wisdom of the Most High God, right? So blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, that for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy, right? So look up that word, most merciful, because in my own vain opinion or my own vain brain, right, I'm thinking this is talking about people who are uh extravagant, right, at exerting mercy, right, at giving mercy to people, right? Like maybe your wife don't get it, right, or maybe your husband don't get it, and you just like trying to give them the commandments, trying to tell them that they're Hebrew Israelite, trying to explain to them, that we can't be doing this, we need to be doing that, and then but at the same time as you're doing that, you need to remember to extend to them the same level of mercy that the Most High extended unto you. Just because you and other people don't know, and sometimes it takes time, quote unquote, mercy, or to be merciful, to get them to understand it finally. It might take a month, it might take 2 months, it might take a year, it might take 10 years, but eventually they probably gonna get, right, it's all of the will of the Most High, exactly what you've been trying to explain to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to put that out there.
God, that word for is elaman, right? Merciful, which means to be compassionate, and that goes hand in hand with not offending a little one, right? You can offend someone if you're not compassionate and you're not merciful. Okay, brother, I know you don't understand now. You might not agree with what we're bringing out to you, letting you know these things that the Most High told you you're Israelite. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, brother. You know what I'm saying? Most High willing, you'll get it one day, and that's showing compassion. Not, you don't get it. Well, then you going to throw in the lake of fire. Yeah, we can't operate in that type of spirit because that takes us out of the spirit of meekness and humbleness that we're supposed to enact towards our brothers and our sisters, mixed with that compassion, that merciful feeling that we have to give to them so they can not be offended. Because once somebody's offended, they completely throw everything away that you broke down to them for that 30 minutes at camp. Right? They mean. Them Hebrew Israelites, they mean, they yelling. If we operate in the spirit of compassion, we have more of a chance to get them to understand this truth, right? And bring them to the fold because we're here to get the lost sheep. You can't go out into the fields and kick a sheep for getting out the gate. No, you got to have mercy on that sheep and gently walk it back to the fold, right? And with that, I yield. Keep going. Go ahead, Keith.
So it says, verse number 7, right? Matthew chapter 5 and verse 7. Blessed are the merciful, the compassionate, for they shall obtain mercy. Right. So if you're compassionate or merciful unto your brother and sister and your children, right, the Most High is gonna extend that same level of mercy. Right. He even promised us that. Right. If you can't forgive your brother, why should I forgive you? You know what I mean? Loosely paraphrasing the scriptures, that's what the Most High said, right? It even tells you to go reconcile with your brother before you leave a gift at the altar, because if you leave this gift, you're basically a hypocrite, right? You're saying that you love me, but you hate your brother, which you see, right?
That goes hand in hand also with I will have mercy on who I will have mercy. I will have compassion on who I will have compassion. Right? All in the power of the Most High. All praises. Go ahead, King.
Man, big facts. So verse 8, blessed are the poor in heart, for they shall,
pure.
Salakia. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Right? And purity, right? Go look up that word pure. Right? Purity is a heavy thing to be in, right? Because me and a brother, right? I won't say his name, but he right here. Right. But me and this brother, man, we get into it all the time. But we, you know, what he likes to call it is being genuine. Right. And what that word genuine is the expression of the word genuine, right, is being pure, right? Not holding malice in your heart, or not holding grudges, right? Being a loving person, even when somebody is afflicting you. And he's telling us, if you could love somebody in the midst of them afflicting you, right, you will see God, right? It's telling you will see God if you could remain pure through all the affliction and the different tribulations and trials that you go through. You will see God. This is a blessing, right? This is part of the blessings, man. This straight out of the horse's mouth, man. This out of Yahweh's mouth, man. Right? So it's no doubt that the pure in heart shall see God. Which God? Yahweh, man. Right? Go ahead. Because that's when he's going to put out the crown on us. We're going to see him, man. Right? We're going to get that blessing. Go ahead.
God, that word means pure, means clean, clear, and pure, right? And just like the brother brought out, right? You don't want to hold grudges. You don't want to hold malice or all of these evil thoughts against someone you're feeling malice towards, right? You have an evil eye towards your brother, because once you do that, you're building up this wall, right? You want to let that brother know, right? You want to have purity in your mind towards that brother or that sister, right? That's why it says here, the word what? Clear, right? Clear, another word for clear is transparency. You want to be transparent with one another, right? If he offended you, let that brother know. You know what I'm saying? If you feel some type of way about this, don't hold it in. Don't hold a grudge. Be transparent towards one another. That way truth can flow through and they can see you and you can see them. Don't just build up walls amongst your people, right? That's not pure, right? I just wanted to bring that out. That word clear is right there.
That's beautiful.
Real quick, let me bring it.
The clear. Go ahead. The clear thing that you brought out was mighty, man. Right, about being transparent. Right, that's probably part of the purification that he's talking about. Right, of being pure in heart. Right, that was beautiful right there.
God, it said that word. It says a word there too. It says affinity, which means spontaneous, natural liking or sympathy for someone or something. empathy, rapport, like-mindedness, harmony, accord. Right? Con.
And you know what's crazy? So me and the brother that I was talking about that's right here, right? I'm just gonna name him Bayan. Right? Me and Bayan, we was having a conversation about something, and he was like, what he said? He said, I need to stop talking about this, huh? And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to stop talking about it. Huh? Yeah. It was these things that he was talking about, right? And he was like, I'm gonna stop talking about these things, man, because I feel like that I'm talking about it way too much, right? Or way too many times. And it was problems that he's going through at the moment. I was like, nah, I don't think that's the point, of not talking about it. I think as much as you need to talk about it, and I'll be here to listen. It might irritate me, I'll be here to listen, but that's showing that sympathy, man. That's showing that I need to be what you need me to be so you could heal, right? And a lot of times, bro, that's hard, bro. Like I've been doing okay lately, you know what I mean? But it's hard, bro, to be sympathetic, man, when you might be going through your own little thing, or you having trials and tribulations, you know, and that goes back to the point of the sheep, right? It goes back to the point of the sheep is to give. The sheep never receives from man, the sheep receives from God, right? The grass grows, the sheep eat. The grass grow by the strength and the hand of who, Captain Khalil?
Con.
Of the Most High, correct?
Oh, con. I was thinking about an analogy right now. Slakia.
Yeah. So that's how the grass grows. So sheep get blessed by the Most High, not so much by people. The blessing that comes to the sheep by people is combing their hair, right? Bathing them. You know what I mean? That might be one way that we give to our sheep in the kingdom. Bathing them, making sure no mold is on them, picking it out, things of that sort. I just thought about that. So that's a way to give back to the sheep.
Con. And another thing too about that, like the analogy I was thinking of was my leg hurt. I just got jammed up. I fell off a tree. I'm walking with a limp. But I'm not taking that problem, man. I don't care about none of that. I'm hurt. Look, no, man. I'm still gonna go out there and grab that sheep. I don't care if I'm limping 2 miles to go grab that sheep. I'm not gonna take my anger and the things I'm going through out on that sheep. I'm not gonna just not care about where that sheep is going because I'm hurt. I'm gonna walk with a limp to go grab it anyways.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. And that sheep is a person for you unlogical people.
And you said something. How you said the people, the sheep need the grass, right? But in First Peter, we are actually the grass too. In the spirit of wisdom.
I ain't even think about that.
Right. First Peter 1:24 says, "For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away." So you don't want to be that grass that's withering away. You don't want to be that flower that's withering away, because you need to be that grass to keep the sheep fed. See what I'm saying?
A beautiful point. Beautiful point. I ain't even think about that, but you're right. So we do need to eat off of one another too. Damn. Okay. All right. That's what's beautiful about this live, man. I tried to do it last week by myself, man, and I had so much going on, bro. I feel like my video last week was lame, but the precepts came out. But this week, man, it's a lot better, man. I appreciate you for being on here, King.
All praise to the Most High, King. Love you, King.
All right, I love you too, King. So it says, verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children, right, of God. That's beautiful, man. Right? People that hear you talking crap about somebody else and say, hey, bro, you know what I mean? Get your mind together, bro. You know what I mean? Why you talking about dude? Like, go talk to him. You know what I mean? Or just leave it alone, bro. You complaining too much about bro. You know what I mean? We all know bro act like that. We all know sis act like that. You know what I mean? Love that brother, love that sister through that, man. Right? blessed are the peacemakers, man. You see a fight about to go down and somebody talking about mischief, you know what I mean? You kind of say, nah, I don't think you should rock like that. Hold on, bro. Y'all need to go ahead and break that up. You walk that way, you come with me. You know what I mean? Because blessed are the peacemakers, because they shall be called the children of the Most High. Right? That's beautiful, right?
That's right. That's right. Go ahead, King. You got it.
So it says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Right? And do me a favor, man. Go to the book of Sirach, right? Sirach, chapter 51, right? And the last 3 verses.
You want the G and T for that?
Whichever one. It's beautiful regardless.
Because I know you've been reading that.
Yeah, the GNT and the Sirach goes amazing. I don't know what they did, what type of spirit the Most High put on them heathen to do with that, but with that translation, but it's a real good translation.
Hey, to jump on your point where you said about being a peacemaker between two brethren that are fighting, this brother said, meditate, don't instigate. Bring it to your remembrance, man. Don't add fire to the fire, man. You know.
And it's really hard to do. Like I've been like humbling myself lately, you know, and putting myself under certain restrictions and guidelines, right, to actually up the ante on my patience and my peace, right? Because I'm really naturally an angry dude, you know what I mean? Like I'm really angry naturally, right? So for me to just be quiet and allow a lot of stuff to just roll off and not harbor it after I let it roll off is really hard for me to do. So I do want to let y'all know that this is a practice make precision type of situation, right? Practice makes precision, not perfect, right? So we're going to end up being precise on the times where we use our zeal, right? It is a challenge, brother. It is a challenge. We need to be precise on when we use, you know, our zeal, man, our frustration, our anger. You know, we need to use these things in the right position. But yeah, let's do this.
God, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 51 and verse number 24.
We could start at 23.
God, 23. Come to me, all you that need instruction, and learn in my school. Why do you admit that you are ignorant and do nothing about it? Man, here is what I say. It costs nothing to be wise. Put on the yoke and be willing to learn.
It says put on the yoke, man. Put on the burden, right, or the guidance of the scripture, right, and be willing to learn, man. When you put on a yoke, right, a yoke is usually they will call it a heavy feather, right? That's something that weigh you down. A yoke is a thing that you put in between two deities, right? To pull something, right? So a yoke is like a piece of wood that goes like this and it's wise at the end, right? And 2 animals get on that yoke and they pull something, right? So it's telling you put on the yoke, put on the guidance, put on this thing that make you steadfast, right? Unmovable, and then be willing to learn, right? Be willing to be guided to the right direction, right?
Right here. Real quick. I got it right here. Bam.
You see that yoke? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can't put two different animals on the same yoke because it'll be unbalanced, right? So that's why the scriptures and Paul, he actually tells us don't be unequally yoked one with another, because then somebody else is pulling most of the weight, right? We need to disperse the weight in a balance to where it's even, right, or close to even.
Like right? This right here. Look at this image. It's 2 different. One's probably gonna move faster than the other.
Yeah, that cow gonna be pulling that dang donkey, man.
It says, look, it says, don't marry a donkey. You can't be. You got to be equal on equal terms with your wife and your brothers and your sisters, man. Be on one accord and one mind, man. One mission, right? Kind of. I just want to pull that up. You know, I'm quick with these tabs, man. All praise. But
Yeah,
reading
for
on,
real.
reading on. It says the opportunity is always near. The opportunity for what?
To learn.
You know, to learn, right? See
Mm-hmm.
for yourselves. I have really not studied very hard. See for yourselves. I have really not studied very hard, but I have found great contentment. No,
Oh, so you could get enough to where you could be content, but you still have to be striving for the mastery. Even though you feel like you content, you need to go ahead and stretch yourself some more, right? What I really wanted was in Sirach chapter 50, but we'll stay right here because it's pretty good.
God. No matter how much it costs you to get wisdom, it will be well worth it.
And
Be joyfully.
that's hey, and what's
No, go ahead.
crazy is that's heavy, man, because the best way to prosper in life is by wisdom, right? Solomon wasn't the richest man because he had a whole bunch of stuff handed down to him from his father. No, Solomon was rich because he had an abundance of wisdom, and he sold his wisdom unto the other kings of the nations that ruled round about him, right? And I heard this one guy say his name Myron Golden, right? Go look up that brother, really wise brother. He keep the commandments to the best of his ability, but he teach Christianity to a certain extent for money, I believe. But right, this this brother, right? He talked about how the Queen of Sheba, right? She came annually to give Solomon money, right? Annually for his wisdom, man. So we know that wisdom profited much, right? And riches, they don't profit at all because they come and go. Wisdom will make you rich without measure, man. Right. So I just wanted to bring that out a little bit.
God. Reading on. 29. Be joyfully grateful for Yahweh's mercy and never be ashamed to praise him. Do your duty at the proper time, and Yahweh, at the time he thinks proper, will give you your reward.
So that's why we're going through how to be blessed in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, right? Is because at the end, we're going to get our reward, right? So let's go to Sirach, chapter 25. Chapter 50 and verse number 25.
Uh, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 50, and verse number 25. And it
Uh-huh.
reads, there are two nations that I detest, and a third that does not even deserve to be called a nation.
Mm,
These are Edomites,
mm.
the
Yeah,
inhabitants of the Philistine cities, and the stupid Samaritans.
man. It said, and the stupid Samaritans, man. Right. So, but what we see though, right? I believe is there, but you'll see Simon, right? Simon, he got blessed, right? Hold on, let me get there right quick because we're about to have to wrap it up in a second. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom,
Verse
boom.
11,
Yeah, I believe that's
Sirach
it.
50 and
Yeah.
11. When Simon put on his magnificent robe and went up to the holy altar dressed in perfect splendor, he made the temple courtyard a majestic sight.
Mm.
When the priest handed him the portions of the sacrifice as he stood beside the altar with his assistants circling him like a wreath, he was like a young cedar of Lebanon surrounded by palm trees.
So it said, so we see right that what Simon did right after the persecution of Israel, what he did was he did what the Lord told him to do, right? What the Lord told us to do. He kept the commandments. He reestablished the temple, right? And then he made beautiful sacrifices and different givings, right, to the Most High, like burnt offerings and things, right, to make us be at peace, right, with Yahweh. But it tells us in Matthew chapter 5 and 10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, right? Because at the end of the day, when you do what you're supposed to do through persecution, right? Until the kingdom come, we're going to be doing what we're supposed to do for the Most High through persecution. And those who fall by the wayside, like that grass that the Ak brought out, right? When you fall away, man, hey, that's what the Most High. You ain't gonna get that kingdom, man. And the Most High is gonna judge those people, man, that fell away, because He said He's gonna bundle them up and catch them on fire, man. You feel what I'm saying? So those dudes ain't gonna have a choice. But to us, man, that hunger and thirst after righteousness, it says we are blessed, right, for being persecuted for the name of the Most High and Yahushua, right? I yield right there.
Quick precept before we close. I just want to bring that same thing out in Revelation 2 again, right?
Right.
Persecuted for the
I
kingdom.
still need 11 and 12, and then we could end out.
11. Okay, come. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. God, that's the top off on being persecuted for His namesake, right? This goes into that.
Hey man, be steadfast, man, right? Because the Lord at the end of the day, He gonna give you a crown of life, man. Even if you die, right, doing what Yahweh said for us to do, right? Yahweh Shai is gonna give us that crown of life.
God. I'm back. I'm back there. Let me pull it back. Yes, the water. Go ahead, King. Want me to read it?
Go ahead.
Verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
That is a heavy precept, because that's what we go through right now today. Yerushalayim even texted in a group chat. I'm trying to explain to my brother-in-law that Mary wasn't a virgin, or whatever their topic was, right? And he made Yerushalayim seem like an evildoer, like he was a damn devil, right?
Yeah.
Because he only was telling him the truth. And it says, blessed are those who are reviled, right, for the name of Yahushua, man. So let's get that word revile right quick.
God, the topic was Adam and Eve being the first two in existence.
Yes, Salakia, the water for that.
Revile means to reproach, upbraid. Revile. Let's get down here to the Strong's. Defame, man. That's what the ADL be doing, man. We a terrorist organization. We ain't doing nothing, man. We're keeping the commandments and teaching our people. Defame, rail at, chide, taunt, cast in teeth.
And that's what everybody do to the Israelites, man. They're like, oh, those black Hebrew Israelites, all they is some broke, bum ass, this, that, and the third, right? When really we're the richest on earth, man. We own the whole earth. It's just not in our possession yet, right? Everything is ours, and we're going to be the richest that's going to rule this earth forever. And for us, that's Israelites that believe, right, and keep the faith, man, y'all have to hold tight and stand strong with what you got, man. No matter if it's $100,000, $20,000 a year, whatever you got, man, hold fast on what you got, man, and be blessed through all persecution. But yeah, because at the end of the day, man, it's not about your earthly possessions. It's about your possessions that's posted in heaven, man. Like the brother brought out, man, we stack treasures in heaven, man. Right? So it says that they're gonna do what? They're gonna taunt at us, man. You have people that come out there, man, they say that we dealt with this one demon, right? We dealt with this one demon. This demon said that he ain't leaving because we out here speaking lies. That demon stayed out there with us till damn 9:45, and still when we was packing up the car, he still was going ham, right? Why? Because we got to be reviled for the name of Yahweh Shah. We got to be persecuted for the name of Yahweh Shah, right? And we got to be blasphemed. They got to have stanky, dirty lies told on us and all type of mischief, right, to get us to try to go against or deny Yahweh Shah, man, right? And like our big, go ahead.
Or get that brother, you that sheep that you just got standing next to you in line, scratching his head like, oh, maybe that guy's right. Offending the sheep, man. Offending the people that are watching. Oh, you know what? I think he might be right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the definition said to cast in teeth, right? Cast in teeth means right? It's another word for revile. To cast in teeth means to throw back at a person something he has said or done. Right? Man. Throwing back at it. Oh, you're saying this, you're doing that. They're basically trying to cast stones at us for the things we're saying.
Yeah, so and a lot of times that happen. Like we'll tell somebody, you can't eat pork. You got to keep your beard. Well, look at your beard. You tightened it up. You lined it up. Look at your hairline. You did this and you did that. And you telling me you don't eat pig? No, I don't eat pig. You telling me you don't eat pig? No, I don't eat pig. So it's like, so we see, that this is the thing that's gonna happen for Yahweh Shai's sake. That's why it's a must that we go to war, good warfare, right, on these street corners, because it lets the word of God be true, right? Mm-hmm. It lets the words of Yahweh Shai, right, be true, man. Because we see this every time we go to camp, man, and even when we go to work, bro, and we teaching certain things, man, right? Because you have some people, you would teach them something when I'm on the clock, and they'll call my job and be like, hey, this guy, he sat here for 30 minutes and taught me about the Bible, right? These things will happen for Yahweh Shai's sake, right?
That's it. You can close out if you want to.
Nah, we need verse 12, and Bayan got a precept. It's gonna be in the G&T.
It's a couple verses.
Pull it up in the G&T, King.
What is it?
Daniel's chapter 11, starting at verse, I want to say 32.
Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up.
Dealing with this is all dealing with brothers stand strong for the Most High God, and the reason why we need to stay strong for the Most High God, man. The Most High God has a plan for his nation. One thing that I do want to say is that Yahweh Shai, he went through hell for all of Israel, not just for the 1/3, but for all of Israel, man. So we could be preserved, so we can get the kingdom, and a lot of Israel did him wrong, but he still stood strong, what I'm saying, for his God and for the love that he had for Yahweh, and for his people. So this is what this is dealing with. But go ahead, if you can get it.
Yeah, 11 and 32, right?
Yeah, start at 32.
This is Daniel chapter 11 and verse 32 in the G&T. It reads, by deceit, the king will win the support of those who have already abandoned their religion.
It said by deceit, the king is going to win over those that abandon their religion. You can't fold in this truth. You got to stand bold on your 2 feet and 10 toes, man, for the Most High God, so that he could purify you and make you that pure gold, man. But a lot of the 2/3 and a lot of Israelites ain't going to stand bold. They're going to be deceived by what this world has to offer them, by what Esau has to offer them. And it said right here, this is a prophecy. Daniel is saying many people is going to be deceived that forsake their religion. All those that want to get lukewarm and go back out into the world or don't want to follow the Most High God, they're going to be deceived like P. Diddy, man. Go ahead.
God. It says, but those who follow Yahweh will fight back.
But those who follow the Most High God is going to fight back. Going back to that precept where it says, who's going to stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Those that, those that follow the Most High God is going to fight for the Most High God. It's going to fight for our nation. It's going to fight for us to all have a clean mind by us going through pain, anguish, and turmoil for us to get that clean mind, like Yahweh Shai went through pain, anguish, and turmoil for us to get the kingdom. you know, and to get that clear mind, for us to even get the power of the Qur'an to guide us to put on our fringes, to be doing these videos on a week-to-week basis, man, to be out there on the highways and byways preaching and teaching and feeding the lost sheep. Go ahead.
Verse 33, wise leaders of the people will share their wisdom with many others.
It says wise leaders of the people will share their wisdom with many others. That's us. That's the Israelites that's in this truth, man, so, that are doing it with a true, sincere heart. Those are those wise leaders. It's not just the camp leaders. It's brothers that the Most High God knows is genuine, that blesses them with the knowledge. And these wise leaders go out and instruct many and give wisdom to many, the wisdom of the Most High God to many, you know. But something's going to happen to these wise leaders. Something's going to happen to you Israelites to show that you really are trying to make our nation grow. Go ahead.
And it reads, but for a while, some of them will be killed in battle or be burned to death, and some will be robbed and made prisoners.
That means a lot of trials and tribulations is going to come upon these righteous, wise leaders, man. A lot of tribulation, pain, and anguish. My fault. I locked the door, guys. You got to open that for her. But a lot of these leaders and a lot of these true, genuine brothers is going to go through pain, anguish, and turmoil, worried about their lives, worried about if they're going to get locked up in prison, man, worried about just a lot of things, and a lot of brothers just being evil to them. But go ahead.
It says 34, while the killing is going on, Yahweh's people will receive a little help.
Why God is purging out the wicked people, man, and putting out his wrath upon this earth. It says the righteous ones are going to receive little help, which is not a little help. It's a lot of help, really, man. You know, that so-called little help could be you getting pulled over and just getting a warning, or that so-called little help could be you facing prison time, but they give you probation, or that so-called little help could be you having a decent wife. It might not be a perfect wife where she does everything that you want her to do, but she's decent enough that she has your back and she's getting you through it, or your mind being stable, man. But go ahead.
It says Yahweh's people will receive a little help, even though many who join them will do so for selfish reasons.
It says, even though many is going to join these wise leaders and these righteous people and be selfish, be insincere, man. A lot of brothers join camps because the camp is a name. A lot of brothers join this truth, you know, because they want something out of it. They want fame for their name. They want to be seen, you know. And the Most High God said a lot of people are going to join unto you and be wicked and selfish, man. You got to endure these things, and you got to look at these people that treat you wicked and selfishly and not sincere. You got to look at them in pity. You know what I'm saying? Like, God dang, our brothers and sisters really have a mental issue, really have evil spirits on them. Just like Yahushua looked at all the people of Israel. Our people really are sick and need healing. I'll be willing to go through that pain, anguish, and turmoil, you know what I'm saying, to show that, God, I really want our nation to be healed from this evil, destructive mindset that they have. You know, go ahead.
That brother said hidden agendas, man.
Hidden agendas. Brothers got hidden agendas, man. But God said that this is going to happen. But pity those brothers that got hidden agendas. You know what I'm saying? Pity them because they're sick in the mind. They got evil spirits on them that is taunting them and guiding them to do these things. And the only way we can get all the evil spirits off of the nation of Israel is to be obedient to the Most High God and follow the Most High God, so he could write it in our minds to where evil spirits don't have no power over us no more.
That's right. Reading on. 35. Some of those wise leaders will be killed, but as a result of let me get this down. It says some of those wise leaders will be killed, but as a result of this, the people will be purified.
See, some of us might have to be martyrs and die in this place like Yahushua, but through us going through this pain, agony, and turmoil, the people are going to be purified. We're going to get the new covenant. We're going to get the Holy Land. We're not going to have to worry about broken families and broken homes and everybody having evil agendas towards one another, etc. We're not going to have to worry about these things. So be that martyr for the Most High God. Be that martyr for your people. Stand strong, man, and go through these things. You know what I'm saying? With your 2 feet and 10 toes down for your crown, man. And for the one that's going to lay down all the crowns, which is Yahushua. Go ahead.
God, mighty. And it reads, it says, this will continue until the end comes, the time that Yahweh has set.
See, this is gonna happen. It has to happen, man. And thank God that you get to go through the tribulation now, rather than going through the death blow that God's gonna give when He puts out the 7 vials on the earth, man. The 7 plagues. You know what I'm saying, on Babylon, man. You're gonna be able to escape those things as long as you stay down for your crown, man. Stay down for the Most High God. Stay down for your people, because it's for appointed time for us to all get right. You know, pity one another instead of looking down on each other. But that's where I ended off at, God. I appreciate you for letting me speak.
And on another point on that, Bayan, that you brought out, or that the scriptures bringing out, you don't want to come out as that dross. You don't want to come out as that filth when you're trying to purify the metals that's all inside this rock, man. You want to get the pureness out of that rock and come out as fine gold and not that dross. You don't want to be the junk to just throw away. You want to be that value. You want to be valuable in the sight of the Most High and become that fine gold, even though we're tried by the fire. That's the purification. And some people do have hidden agendas. You know, they want to come in for their own selfish reasons and not for the main goal. They want to just run in the track meet just to get praised by fans, but they don't want to really make the finish line, man. Right? They just want to sit in there. Yeah, they got 52 on a plate card right here on their chest, and they waving to the audience, hey, look at me. But their intentions is not really trying to go to win the race, man. You know?
Hey, bro, just to go with that, you know what I'm saying? I used to be a part of Sakari, powerful brothers, you know what I'm saying? Mighty brothers. But with that being said, brothers used to come up to camp and say, what can I do to get that signet? What can I do to get Sakari put on my shirt? And it's like, bro, you got to join. You got to put in work to get this. But that showed their agenda when they first came up. They just wanted the shirt. They just wanted the signet. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't trying to do it to really heal the people and to heal our community.
That sounds about right. Let me get back to the, I think he wanted verse 12 on that Matthew real quick before we closed.
Verse 12.
Yeah, verse 12. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 12 reads, it says, rejoice and be exceeding glad, right? So you have to be glad continuously, right? The gladness level, the joy level that you're in right now, you have to try to exceed that more and more and more every day, right? You have to exceed that gladness. That means exceed also goes with proceed to be glad, proceed to rejoice, right? And exceed your level of gladness that you have each and every day. You know, and it reads, for great is your reward in heaven, right? We're not looking for rewards on the earth. We're not looking to be established for doing these things that the Most High is telling us through His Son Yahweh Shai is telling us for rewards that are in heaven. We're aiming for that goal. We're not just waving to the fans, look at me, I'm in the race. We're trying to make it out the race. I'm the dude in the back, you know, number 98, not number 24 or them in the front. I'm in the back, but I'm steady on here trying to win the race, you know. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that the prophets have done, man. The prophets always rejoiced in the Most High. They were always exceeding glad. What do we read in First Esdras, right? Chapter 1, right? After they built the temple back, right? They were shouting for joy. They were getting the instruments together, singing songs of rejoicing, and it was exceeding gladness, man. Right? We got to get back to that type of spirit, right? The prophets, they always rejoiced in the Most High because they knew that the things they had to go through, but at the end of the day, it was always going to work out best for them, right? In heaven. That's where the reward is at. Go ahead, King.
So like it's saying, right? It says, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, right? Great is our reward in heaven, man. The reward or the rewards with an S, right, that we're trying to receive on earth is meaningless, man. It means nothing. Our reward that we're doing on earth should be the work of the Most High, and that's only because we're so. Do me a favor right quick. Go to James chapter 5, verse 19. Because we're so dirty, man. We're trying to clean up things that we have done in the past, man. Right? And so that way we could be clean and have that reward that's in heaven. The rewards that you could give us, the praises that you could give us on earth, mean nothing compared to the praises that the Most High is going to give us, or the beautiful mercies, or the beautiful light shining that the Most High is going to give unto us, right, when we finally grab the kingdom. Go ahead.
This is the book of James, chapter 5, and verse number 19. Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth, and one convert him, let him know that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins.
It says who correct this guy, man, right? He shall cover himself from a multitude of sins, right? So this is the point, man. We need to know that what we're in this thing for and what we're doing, as in teaching people the truth about their nationality, about the kingdom, about salvation, about who's the goyim and who's the true children of the Most High, right? All these things that we're doing for God, right? It's covering our sins that we have did in the past, man. Our tally marks are running long, right? And all we're doing is trying to get a couple of those off with each good deed that we do, man. Right? So hopefully, Lord willing, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua willing, cover these multitude of sins that we have committed. Give me one more, and then we're gonna go back to Matthew right quick. Give me Sirach chapter 5 and verse number
2.
Yeah.
God. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5, and verse number 2. It says, follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
Go ahead.
And say not, who shall control me for my works? For Yahweh will surely revenge thy pride.
So Yahweh is going to revenge your pride because you think that you don't have to say Salakia to the Most High, and you don't think that you need to actually forsake those sins that you're committing. But in all actuality, right, you need to be meek, because it says blessed are they that it says blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth, right? So the meek is going to be able to truly rule the earth, because everybody is going to be ruled in meekness and not rash or raging, right? So we need to get these sins off of us, and also we need to control ourselves so that way we're not committing sins as well, because we're trying to have a clean slate, man, right? We need to be those offerings that's without blemish. Go ahead.
God. Verse 4. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm happened unto me? For Yahweh is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go.
So for the sins that we committed beforehand, right, the Lord look at them and he wink at them, right, but they still there, man. And if you think that you won't be judged, or that won't be brought up to judgment, like when you go in front of the court, right, and we could go back to Matthew right quick. When you go into a courtroom, right, you have a lawyer that's protecting you, and then you have a lawyer that's going against you, right? And your lawyer that's protecting you will say something of the sort. It will say, yes, my client, right, he was in the car with the shooter, right? But he takes care of his daughter. He has 3 children that his grandmother's taking care of and bringing to school, but he pays for them to go to school, and he goes on the weekend and pick them up, and then he goes over here and grabs them food, and then she'll have a long list. He works 2 jobs. He hasn't been in trouble in the last 15 years, right? So this the type of report we want, with our report that says, okay, he was indulged, right, in selling dope to his family, right? She was indulged with homosexuality, or he was, right? Or this person killed a person back in the day, and now these things could be put on a weighing scale of how much righteousness you did compared to how much wickedness you did in the past.
And another point on the point of that, right? You did stuff in your past, man. You can go 4 years or 5 years without committing a crime, but guess what? Once you get hemmed up again after 5 years of not committing a crime, guess what? That them same charges is still there. Well, I see you did back in 2007. You were charged for this crime. You were charged for this. They still there. They don't go
They're
away.
still there.
Them sins are still there. So you wanna have a long rap sheet of good works overweighing your evil works, because you're gonna get judged on both of these matters according to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse number 14. You will be judged on your good works, your bad works, and every secret thing. Right? That's why it says here in verse 5 concerning appropriation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. Stop adding charges to your case, because it's gonna make it that much harder for your lawyer, which is Yahweh Shai, to fight this case for you.
And that's what I was gonna say too. Through the Spirit, the brother goes into Yahweh Shai, man. That you want your Johnny Cochran in the sky, man. That's what I was always taught, man. Yahweh Shai, Johnny Cochran in the sky. He's the one that can get you off of what is it? Off of death row. You know what I'm saying? Or he got OJ off death row.
Or probation.
Or probation. He'll get you something, man. But if you're not sitting there going towards the Most High God, then, like he said, all those sins is going to be brought up. And we're all worthy of death. We're all worthy of death row. So you want that Johnny Cochran in the sky, man, that good lawyer on your side, which is Yahweh Shai, to say, hey, man, I know he did all this. Hey, but that's blotted out. I got rapport with the judge. Me and the judge is like this, so I'm gonna get you up off this case, man. And that's how Yahweh Shai is with Yahweh. They like that, man.
They go in that back room before the court started at 8 a.m. They in that back room chopping it up. The persecutor, the lawyer, and the judge, man.
And they got their little coffee cup with the whiskey in it.
Yes, man. They there 3-4 hours before you even got to show up to court, man.
Yeah, just cahoots, and they done had brunch and everything. But for sure. So in verse 12 it says, "Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven." And we're going to get that reward, like we was going into, by blotting out all those sins that we have on our report, right? We're trying to expunge our record, right? Not make the record expound, right? Or become greater, right? So we have to do this work on these street corners and on a day-to-day basis, telling people who they are and what we're supposed to be doing. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you, right? And if you're a profitable servant for the Most High, you're gonna get persecuted, right? Whether you're a prophet, named a prophet or not, you're profitable. You could be profitable for the Most High, and you're gonna be persecuted for that. So if you're doing good works and having goodwill offerings, just pour out of you, you're doing all these goodwill offerings. Remember, there's a evil angel that's doing the business of the left side, that's gonna try to hate you or send somebody to hate you for it, right? Your wife will tell you, this guy needed $400, you gave it to him, but we going through something, right? Hold on, baby girl, like we working for the kingdom, correct? Right? That's what we doing. So you gonna have to, hey, look, let me do what I'm doing for the Most High. You understand? So there's certain things where you're profitable, like I'm saying. Just know, if you're profitable, you will be, or you may be, persecuted.
And another word for prophet, right, is seer, right? A seer, somebody who can foresee things. We already gained the knowledge by the spirit of understanding that the Most High gave us. He gives us the spirit of understanding when we keep these commandments pursuant to Psalms chapter 111 and verse number 10. So we foresee these things, and we give that warning and that trumpet call to our people. And the left-hand side do not like that. They're going to try to hinder us, put roadblocks and stumbling blocks on our way. Satan's not going to want to have it, because that persecutor needs to keep his job too. He don't got nothing to persecute. He ain't got a job to do. So that also going into prophet is seer, is foreseeing how to get our people to receive that reward and how to take them from that pit of death, man. Right, that death row that we was just talking about, man. Right, so all praises to the Most High.
All praises. All right, man. Well, look, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man, and staying tuned in to the end. Right. It was a beautiful walk, man. And Tawada Yahweh, man, for giving me this beautiful brother with mighty inspiration, man, to constantly help me in the spirit, man, and come here and bless y'all with his presence as well, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful brother, man. Meek in the spirit, and I pray that this brother make it into the kingdom. I pray y'all do everything that y'all need to do, right, brothers and sisters, Ox and Akwathium, right, Akim, Akwathium, man. I pray that y'all do everything y'all could do through the spirit to make it into the kingdom blameless instead of being the least in the kingdom of heaven. Right.
Blameless and without spot. And I just want to say, shalom, peace and blessing to y'all brothers and sisters that tuned into the chat. Right, keep enduring this captivity, these trials and tribulations that we go through on a day to day, man. Because our reward is in heaven, like we've been bringing out, you know, and keep enduring. And I hope this spiritual bread and this spiritual water keeps you not hungry and it keeps you not thirsty. Right, if you are hungry and you thirsty, keep eating this bread and keep eating and drinking this water, and you're gonna be well on your feet, man. You're gonna be in a healthful state through the spirit. You know, and also, hey, man, go check out the music. You know what I'm saying? K.O.Y Khalil, type it in on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? My spirit has made me do this music to keep you uplifted and built up in the spirit. My music is all about biblical references and wisdom to keep you going on a day to day. You know what I'm saying? So all praises to the Most High. Yahweh Ba'Shem HaMashiach Yahushai and Shalom. Shalom.
Hold on. The Ak wanted one more precept before we end out. This is the book of Micah. Huh? Yeah, this is the book. This is the book of Micah, chapter 7 and verse number 9. My favorite chapter in Micah is 7, right? Verse 9. It says, hold on, the G and T a little bit different. We have sinned against the Lord, Yahweh. So now we must endure his anger for a while. But in the end, he will defend us and right the wrongs that have been done unto us. He will bring us out to the light, and we will live to see him save us. Right? So just like we was going into, right, about our sin, you know, how we wrong the Most High. At the end of the day, he's gonna come and right our wrongs, which Yahushua did already, right? And we need to continue to walk in this light so he could come and save us, man. Right?
That's right. That's right.
Beautiful, beautiful ending precept, man. Shalom.
Shalom. Come here, Shalom.
Come here, Shalom.